At last, we finally have images, full images of the Nike Ja 2. This is the Stargazing colorway. This is definitely unique. Before we get into this, let's talk about where we started and go ahead and talk about these Nike Ja 1s, and then we'll come back to this one at the end of the video. Watch all the way to the end. Without further ado, let's get into these Ja 1s, you dig? So about 4 months back, we rated every colorway of the Nike Ja 1 so far. First off, we're going to talk about the Nike Ja 1 Scratch, which dropped early in 2023 for a retail price of 110 bucks. This right here came in rapid teal, black, white, university red, and monarch as the color scheme. Definitely one of a kind and by far one of people's favorite Ja 1s thus far. This Ja 1 had a turquoise blue upper detail with the Grizzlies claw marks on the lateral foot, swooshes, and midsole. You had the signature branding throughout, including the JA Ja logo on the tongues, the 12 on the heels, as well as everything else you always see on Ja Morant's. This right here is definitely one of the best colorways, a lot of people's favorite. It had an exclusive release at last year's All-Star game in 2023, but unfortunately we did not get a general release to these. Maybe at some point they'll will them out, but let me know what you guys think about the Ja 1 Scratch, and is this the best colorway? In my opinion, it just might be. Next up on the list is the Ja 1 Midnight. These right here came in anthracite, metallic silver, and cobalt bliss as the color scheme. These did indeed retail for a full 100 bucks and was very, very limited. Like most Ja Morant's, these were built of leather and mesh materials with the signature Ja branding on the placements as always, the tongue as well as the heel. One thing that set this one apart from all the other Ja Morant's was the Swarovski stones that are decorating the swoosh, the 12 a.m. lace doubre, and the Nike Ja 1 hang tag, giving it definitely more of a luxurious feel. Like I said, these retail for 400 bucks, so you don't see them around too much, and I've never really seen them in person just yet. Let me know what you guys think about this, and is this the top release for the Ja 1 so far in 2023? Comment below. Next, I want to talk about the Ja 1 Day 1. These actually had a release date of April 19th, and they retail for 110 bucks. Now this one here was very unique. Once I first saw it, I knew I had to get my hands on it. So I do have a full detailed review on my other channel, Bosco Mitchell, if you guys want to check that out. But give me your thoughts about these in the comments below. The Ja Morant Day 1 came in a cobalt bliss, Crinton tint, hot punch, medium soft pink, and diffused blue as the color scheme. This Ja Morant features the mesh upper with the reinforced midfoot and wraparound gradient swoosh and graphic detailing on the heel like most Ja Morant's have. The Ja Morant's do have some good tech as well. The zoom cushion low top design keeps players in control, give you maximum hang time and bounce. They also have some really good lockdown when it comes to the grip. Let me know what you guys think about the Day 1 colorway, and did you add this to your collection? The next Ja we're going to talk about released May 4th for a retail price of 110 bucks, the Nike Ja Trivia. Now this one right here, to me, in my opinion, is a little step back from the previous three, the Scratch, the Midnight, as well as Day 1, but this was also pretty subtle and nice as well. This Nike Ja 1 featured a good amount of colors for the color base: Phantom, Action Green, Action Grape, White, Laser, and University Blue make up this shoe. Kind of basic, but at the same time has a lot of flair to it. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the Trivia colorway, and what do you guys rate this one from a 1 to 10? The next Ja we're going to talk about is a grade school exclusive, which also dropped on May 4th for a retail price of 90 bucks. I'm talking about the Nike Ja 1 water bottle. Now this grade school exclusive kind of reminds me of a takedown from the Trivia that we just spoke about. These come in white, sundial, cobalt bliss, blue lightning as the color scheme. So the colors are slightly different, but for some reason this just feels like a grade school version of the Trivia colorway. Let me know if you guys see what I'm talking about. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but of course, like all Ja Morant's, these come with a mix of leather and mesh materials. And now that we got that out the way, we're gonna stop saying that. But these ones were pretty interesting. Got the camouflage reminiscent pattern on the quarter panels. Let me know if you guys like this colorway, and it's a grade school exclusive, so if it came out for men's, would you pick up a pair? Let me know in the comments below. Next up, we got the Ja 1 Hunger, which dropped May 25th for a retail price of 110 bucks. Now to me, this is definitely a step up from the previous Trivia colorway, and definitely a fire when being that one shoe was red and one shoe was blue. I like how they executed that on this shoe. The Nike Ja 1 Hunger colorway came in Game Royal, Black, University Blue, Photo Blue, Bright Crimson, and Vivid Orange as the color scheme. As I mentioned earlier, this Ja 1 came with a mismatch design using Game Royal and University Red on each pair. Of course, having that mesh build with the reinforcement around the midfoot and wrap around the swooshes. signature Ja logos everywhere. The most difference was just the shoes were mismatched, and I like how they executed this one. This might be like number 3 or at least top 5 of the Ja 1 colorways so far, in my opinion. Where does this one land for you? Next up, we got the Ja 1 Fuel, which released July 14th for a retail price of 110 bucks. This colorway kind of remind me of the Hunger, but they do come with a slightly different color scheme, featuring emerald glow, blue lightning, light silver, and black as the color scheme. This right here was pretty interesting. They are now on sale, and I don't know if that means people didn't really buy them or maybe just a sign of times, but this was a solid colorway. For some reason, that mesh upper really stands out to me, and it makes it seem like these shoes might be more breathable and durable than previous ones, but they're all the same. The midfoot reinforcement for stability, and I do like the iconic blue swoosh that wraps around. The color tone of that blue had a little design inside of it too if you look closely. This colorway, the Fuel, is not too bad, rated from a 1 to 10. Next up, we got the Nike Ja 1 grade school exclusive, the Bright Meridian, which dropped August 12th for a retail price of $190. Now, to be honest with you, I do like this colorway a lot. I feel like it stands out, and it should have been a men's pair as well. Let me know if you guys agree with that. This is a fly colorway, featuring the color combination of Bright Meridian, Opti Yellow, Black, Baltic Blue as the color scheme. These right here truly stand out, especially with that black midsole with the speckles on it. This Ja 1 indeed does stand out. It has an orange base with the graphic wraparound swoosh and yellow mesh laces. Other details include the Ja on the tongue, the number 12 on the lateral heel. This is definitely perfect for the grade school. I do like that black midsole with that Baltic blue outsole. Very unique colorway. If these came out in men's pairs, would you scoop it up? And rate these from a 1 to 10 in the comments below. This next Ja 1 is truly one of the best and was very limited to people who played in the EYBL. The Nike Ja 1 EYBL, which dropped July 25th for a retail price of 120 bucks. That was the first time we saw an uptick in the retail price for the Ja 1. Let me know what you guys think about this colorway. This EYBL featured a melon tint, red fuchsia, black, and jade ice as the color scheme. You have a yellow tint that is on one shoe while the other one is covered in more of a purple tone. It features the mesh build with the reinforced midfoot strap as all the Ja 1s do. This color combination is just out of this world in my opinion, and by far one of the best. Let me know if you guys are excited about this EYBL or am I tripping? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. The next Ja 1 I want to talk about arguably never even saw the light of day. I never got a chance to see these in person. They released August 10th for a retail price of 110 bucks. I'm talking about the Nike Ja 1 Wet Cement colorway. These came in laser orange, iron gray, and black as the color scheme. This Ja 1 featured a laser orange mesh upper with gray swooshes. These also feature black tongue labels with Morant's logo and number 12 on the heel tabs, with a light smoke gray zoom cushion midsole along various shades of gray on the rubber outsole. These are definitely dope, and they came with special packaging. If you were able to scoop up a pair, please let me know when you did and where you got them from, because I never got a chance to see them in hand. Let me know what you guys think about these in the comments below. Next, we got more of a subtle colorway that dropped August 11th for a retail price of 110 bucks. I'm talking about the Nike Ja 1 Light Smoke Gray. Now, this one was a little bit more basic and turned down compared to some of the other wild colors we've seen in this video. It featured white, light smoke gray, black, phantom, light bone, and photon dust as the color scheme. These feature a white base with black and gray swooshes with mismatched heels. That mismatched detailing also continued onto the zoom cushion midsole and rubber outsole. They were available in both men's and grade school sizing. Did you guys pick up a pair of these? From a least favorite to a fan favorite, we got the Nike Ja 1 Zombie. These dropped October 20th for a retail price of 120 bucks. Well, at first, when they originally dropped, they would retail for 120 bucks. Then there was like a restock of them and they retail for 130 bucks. This is one silhouette that I've seen have 3 different price points. Usually it's 2, the base, and then there's one that goes up for special editions. But these have shoes that are 110, 120, and even 130 bucks. More on that a little bit later in the video. This Nike Ja 1 was very captivating and a lot of people were looking forward to it. It came in a blend of lime blast, oil green, black, hemp, and cacao wow as the color scheme. This Nike Ja 1 Zombie came constructed with synthetic leather and mesh materials, having a very striking appearance. That lime blast upper was something that everybody liked about it and instantly reminded us of the Kobe Grinch shoes. You have the oil green inner lining, tongue labels, and ankle collar as well. Some notable details that I have to mention is the ankle collar and swooshes featuring the zombie hands, giving off that Halloween zombie feel. Some other details that are worth mentioning is the embroidered red number 12 on the heels, reminiscing of blood. Then of course you got that gum colored midsole that sits on top of the Lime Blast rubber outsole. These were definitely a head turner. We've reviewed these on my other channel as well, and this by far is top 3 of the Ja 1 so far in my opinion. Let me know if you guys agree. Next up, let's talk about the Ja 1 Smoke, which released October 6th for a retail price of 110 bucks. This Ja 1 featured black, light silver, coconut milk, vivid sulfur, and cobalt bliss as the color scheme. Of course, featuring that breathable mesh and durable leather, it had that intriguing marble accents that came on the TPU swoosh logo. Now, when this Ja 1 released, there was a little bit of controversy around his name. I believe these came out right around the time he was about to get suspended for 25 games. It originally had one of his famous quotes, "We're ducking no smoke on the lateral heel," but since then they replaced that for some more Ja Morant logos. I do think that coconut milk rubber sole adds a little touch to this shoe. Let me know what you guys think about this colorway, and what do you rate this one from a 1 to 10? Next up, we got a Ja 1 that kind of confused me because I thought we already used this title as we showed you earlier in the video. We got the Nike Ja 1 Day 1, which released October 13th for a retail price of 120 bucks. This Ja 1 came in medium soft pink, diffuse blue, cobalt bliss, and Crenton tint as the color scheme. This Ja 1 combines mesh, leather, ring stop, and TPU materials. Of course, you got the Ja Morant signature logo that graced the tongue and insoles, the 12 AM text on the side of the shoe. Let me know if you guys were able to get your hands on this colorway. This is truly one of the better ones as well. Give me your thoughts in the comments below. This next Ja 1 is a grade school exclusive, but truly is one of the best unique colorways of the Ja 1 so far. These released December 1st for a retail price of 102 bucks because, like I said, these are grade school exclusive. This is the Nike Ja 1 Backyard Barbecue. This Ja 1 came in blue joy, white, teal, and safety orange as the color scheme. As you can see, it featured a blue base with teal mud guards and heel pull tabs sitting on top of the speckled gray midsole with the grippy orange outsole. These are definitely on point. If they came in men's sizes, would you pick them up? I think I would have. Even though the swoosh looks very kiddish, I still like the color combination of this Ja 1. Let me know if you guys like this Backyard Barbecue colorway or not. The next colorway we're gonna talk about dropped November 16th for a retail price of 120 bucks. I'm talking about the Nike Ja 1 Guava Ice. The color combination on this Ja 1 is very unique, featuring Guava Ice, medium soft pink, white, black, light ultramarine, and hyper pink as the color scheme. As you can see, this featured a Guava Ice upper accompanied by the soft pink TPU swooshes, Ja Morant's branding of course on the shoe as well. I like this color combination. Some notable details include the ultramarine heels showcase Ja's number 12 embroidered on the back heel tab in mismatched colors. These also feature a white midsole with a black and pink rubber outsole. Very eye-catching and vibrant colorway for the Guava Ice Ja 1. Let me know if you guys like this one or not. Now, this next Ja 1 might be the best colorway by far. That's in a personal opinion. I want to know if you guys agree with that. I'm talking about the Nike Ja 1 Christmas that released December 19th for a retail price of 130 bucks. And this one was kind of hard to get. Only a sneakers app release. Hopefully at some point they roll out to other stores, but let me know if you guys were able to pick up a pair from sneakers. This Ja 1 Christmas shoe came in Fuchsia Dream, Black, Emerald Rise, Magic Ember, and Canyon Purple as the color scheme. As you can see, this Ja 1 featured a purple mesh upper with captivating smoky graphics and Emerald Rise on the mud guards. These right here are crazy, bro. The festival touches on the heel tabs with the brick graphic reminiscing of like a chimney. The insoles also have a chimney graphic alongside the Ja Morant signature Ja 1 logo. Let me know if you guys are a fan of these. Are these the best ones by far? It's kind of close, but I think these might be the best colorway. We'll talk about that a little later, but let me know what you guys think about the Christmas shoe in the comments below. Next, I want to get into a couple Ja's that are dropping in 2024. These are retailing for 120 bucks. The Nike Ja 1 white and black, which to me gives off the scratch vibes just with a different color scheme. As you guys can see the scratch marks on the midsole outsole. Let me know what you guys think about these. These come in a dominant black and white color scheme, giving off that simplistic look compared to some of the wild colors he's had on previous shoes. These feature a white mesh upper with black accents on the mudguard, midfoot, swoosh logos, and tongue labels. As you can see, this has a white foam midsole that houses Nike's responsive Nike Air Zoom cushioning. You have a white midsole with a white and black outsole. Like I said, you have the scratch marks, which makes me think this has something to do with the scratch that we talked about earlier in the video, but maybe not. Maybe it's just claws just to be claws. Give me your thoughts on this shoe and what them claws represent. Is it a spin-off of the first one or just a totally different shoe? Next up, I want to talk about another shoe that's dropping in January on the 22nd for a retail price of 140 bucks. The Nike Ja 1 Chinese New Year. And yes, I did say 140 bucks. So now he has one silhouette where you have a $110 retail price point, $120 retail price point, $130 retail price point, and a $140 retail price point. Now, of course, we talked about the $400 price point, but that was for an exclusive limited colorway. I wonder will they be creeping their way up to $150 by the end of the Ja 1? Let me know what you guys think about that price change and price hike. Is that gonna make you stop buying these shoes, or are you still gonna cop? As you can see, these come in a color combination of white, game royal, and pure platinum. Of course, they're crafted with a mix of mesh, leather, and ring stop materials. I'm just reading that off to see if there's anything on here that makes these worth $140 retail price point. The metallic gold accents that shine on the swooshes, heel tabs, lace braids, and midfoot might be why they're charging $140. And of course, it embraces the year of the dragon for the Chinese New Year. You'll find Morant's signature TMT logos in blue that grace the lateral heel under the ring stop section. You can see that they have a white and blue Air Zoom cushion midsole on top of a blue rubber outsole to complete the shoe. These are truly on point. I definitely did a review on Bosco Mitchell if you guys want to see more of a detailed look at these shoes. They are fire, man. Are they worth $140? I guess so. Shout out to the Chinese New Year. Let me know if you guys are going to add these to your collection. Since the release of that original video, we now have about 10 more releases to talk about and rate. Let me know what you guys think about these 10 amongst all the other ones. And at the end of the video, give me your top 5 Nike Ja 1s as a whole as we're getting ready for the Nike Ja 2. After those releases drop, we move on over to the Nike Ja 1 Red Stardust, aka Bite colorway. As you guys can see, it has a Ja Morant grill that he got from Johnny Dang on the insoles, as well as the tongue. I think that's a dope detail. I put red laces in them and I think they came out pretty good. I would love to know your feedback on that. Lace swapping with shoes always adds a vibe. If you add black laces or maybe even red laces to the shoe, it just gives it a different look. I was not mad at this colorway. Of course, all the same tech specs that we see in all of the Nike Ja 1s, featuring a blend of mesh and leather materials, fully draped in that red Stardust, of course with the black swoosh logos. You have the University red patch. Like I said, of course, Ja Morant's TMT on the lateral heel. Very dope colorway. I do love the cemented midsole. I think that adds a touch to it. Rating these from a 1 to 10, I think these are probably a solid 8.5, 9. I really like this colorway, plus the lace swaps just add something to it. Let me know if you guys are a fan of the Red Stardust, aka Bite Ja 1. Following that release, we have the Nike Ja 1 Check, which is aka the All-Star edition for the men's pair, because the All-Star really came in a grade school edition. This came out around All-Star weekend, so people were claiming this as his All-Star shoe. It did come with the extra hang tag like the other grade school did as well. Not mad at these at all. Black, wolf gray, racer blue, bright crimson, bright mandarin with hints of volt on the shoe is the color scheme. Let me know if you guys are excited or if you guys like this colorway. They retail for $140 and $105 for grade school. Like I said, shoes had different price points, $110, $120, $130, and even $140. Kind of weird to see that for one silhouette having so many different price points in 1 year. Some key details include the badge inspired hang tag that comes with the shoe. Then the insoles have a calendar reminder graphic. The outsoles are blue with a translucent feel to it that has the quote, "Now I'm proud to say I work for the check." These are definitely dope. One of his more unique colorways of the Nike Ja 1. Almost gives me a what the vibe, if you will. Let me know what you guys think about this one. Rating it from a 1 to 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. The next Ja 1 to hit the scene was the Murray State colorway. The Ja 1 Murray State had 2 actual release dates, February 8th and March 10th, which was more of a wider release. All of them were retailing for 120 bucks. These feature midnight navy, football gray, light laser orange as the color scheme. I was impressed by this shoe and thought it would have done better, but the Ja 1s are an acquired taste, but I do love this color combination. I like the fact that this shoe came with a navy mesh and leather base with the pop of the light laser orange. Of course, you have the football gray on the heel counter. These are definitely impressive. Didn't do so well, but I do like the colorway a lot. Rating this one from a 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this about an 8.5 because the colorway to me is just solid. The next Ja 1 released April 1st for a retail price of 120 bucks. I'm talking about the Nike Ja 1 Seasonal, aka Coconut Milk. This Ja 1 comes in coconut milk, khaki, black, university red, and dusted cactus as the color scheme. Of course, the same tech specs, the breathable mesh upper. These come in that coconut milk base. It does have dusty cactus accents on the midsole, mismatched tongue labels. I do like this colorway, not really for me, but I like the cleanness of it. Coconut milk rubber outsoles are rounded off. Let me know if you guys are a fan of this one. Rating it from a 1 to 10, even though I do like it, I'm gonna give it about a 7. Definitely a nice shoe, but I'm just not really feeling it myself. One that I am feeling though is the Nike Ja 1 New York versus New York. Now this colorway is ridiculous. Now these dropped June 25th for a retail price of $130, featuring court blue, hyper pink, Aquarius blue, black, and bright Mandarin as the color scheme. These were by far one of his best colorways in my opinion. The translucent multicolor outsole is crazy, the tone of blue, the detailing on the upper, everything about this one was just fire. Of course, on the lateral ankle you have the New York versus New York, representing the tournament that happens every summer in New York. Definitely a fire shoe by far, a 10 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you guys think about the Ja 1 New York versus New York. It's really hard for me to go any lower on that. Let me know your rating for it in the comments below. Next up, we got something for the summer camp, basketball summer camp. The Nike Ja 1 grade school exclusive, Welcome to Camp, dropped May 25th for a retail price of $105. Obsidian, University Gold, Vapor Green, and Hyper Violet is the color scheme. This shoe definitely gives off a kid vibe. These do have removable patches that you can put around the heel of the shoe. Let me know if you guys are feeling this. It does have a white midsole and a semi-translucent outsole, so they did add some flavor for the grade school sizing. If I had to rate this from a 1 to 10, I mean, the colorway is cool, but I'd give it like a solid 7 as well, maybe even a 6. The next Ja 1 I want to speak about kind of feels like the adult version to the GS we just spoke on. The Nike Ja 1 mismatch was kind of different. They released April 19th for the retail price of 120 bucks, featuring bright Mandarin, multicolor, vapor green, light army blue, and ashen slate as the color scheme. The right shoe showcases a vibrant, bright Mandarin hue, while the left shoe has that more of a vapor green tone, complemented by accents of light army blue and ashen slate on both of the shoes. I'm a big fan of this colorway. Not really for myself though, I just like to look at the shoe. Don't think I would add it to my collection. Let me know if you guys are a fan of this mismatched Ja 1 and if you guys scooped it up or not. Rating it from a 1 to 10, I would give this a solid 8 for the creativity, and I just like what they got going on. Maybe if you do some lace swapping, it can add some more value to the shoe as well. Give me your thoughts about this one, and did you guys add it to your collection? I think down the line though, this will be one people will go back to grab, you know what I mean? The next Ja 1 we're gonna speak about is the Personal Touch colorway, which released May 1st for a retail price of 120 bucks, featuring iron gray, lilac bloom, light photo blue, and multicolor as the color scheme. One thing that stand out was the Nike ring stop that glue in the dark on this shoe. Probably the best feature and made it stand out. Other key details that stand out about this shoe is Ja's unique Ja tongue labels, and of course the embroidered number 12 on the heels. We spoke on the glow in the dark TPU swoosh, which adds a lot of flair, and it does make this shoe stand out a little bit from the other Ja 1s that have released that don't have a glow in the dark swoosh, that are kind of basic. An iron gray rubber outsole. Let me know what you guys think about this colorway. I think the lilac that hits the heel as well as part of the midsole definitely adds a touch to the shoe, which makes this shoe kind of unique. Rating it from a 1 to 10, I'm gonna give this one a solid 8. Before we get to the next shoe, it seems like a lot of these Ja 1s were 7s and 8s. There were a few that stood out to me, as we'll get into the top 5 at the end, but one shoe that I definitely like when it came to the Nike Ja 1s was this one right here. The Nike Ja 1 USA colorway was truly fire, and as the world anticipates the 2024 Olympics in Paris, Nike basketball is celebrating as well with a lot of USA colorways for the signature athletes. Now these dropped on July 1st for the 120 retail price point, featuring midnight navy, university red, red and white. I'm a big fan of this shoe right here. I love the color and how it sits. If you have some extra laces, putting white laces in here will really offset the shoe and give you a whole different vibe. Or if you have some of the university red color laces, try putting those in and see what you think, man. These are definitely classic, especially with the lace swapping. Rate these from 1 to 10. I'm gonna give these a 9. I like them a lot. If you put the different laces, I think they're next up. We got the Nike Ja 1 Reverse Scratch, which dropped July 2nd for the retail price of 130 bucks. Now these feature white, turbo green, university red, and black, and are inspired by the throwback jerseys from the Grizzlies, which is arguably one of the top jerseys ever made in the NBA. In fact, while we're here, maybe comment your top 3 or top 5 jerseys of all time in the comments below. I definitely think the Raptors as well as the Grizzlies jerseys definitely have to be in there amongst the Phoenix Suns and maybe a few other classics. Make sure you comment below. But getting back to the Ja 1s, these came in a really nice colorway, the opposite of the original scratch that dropped during All-Star Weekend of 2023. The white base, you have the turquoise on the midsole. One thing that stands out is the scratch marks around the toe box. You also see the scratch marks on the midsole and swoosh. If you add varsity red laces to this shoe, it'll change your life. However, some sneaker enthusiasts suggest putting even brown laces in there to match the brownness on the tongue. Let me know your thoughts on how you would customize them. I rate these from a 1 to 10, a 10 out of 10. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, believe you me, out of the 27 colorways of the Nike Ja 1, they did a great job on the majority of them. I'm gonna go ahead and get into my top 5, and I want you to guys comment your top 5 below. First, at number 5, we got the Swarovski Nike Ja 1. Very crazy, but just too expensive. The black colorway with the crystals definitely makes it fire, and I'm a big fan of the translucent outsole, but I'm still putting these at number 5. Next up at number 4 has to be the Nike Ja 1 USA colorway. I'm a big fan of navy blue, red, and white as a color combo. When you add white laces to this shoe, it gives it a different element. Or if you put the university red laces in there, it would be crazy. So one shoe with white laces, the other one with red laces, and you're just killing it out there. Definitely have to be in the top 5, coming in at number 4. Next up at number 3 is the Nike Ja 1 New York versus New York. Now this colorway is dope. The theme about it is very dope as well. The summer basketball tournament out there, you can't go wrong with that. But this colorway is definitely eye-catching. If you can add some laces in there, maybe that blue or even that hyper pink to really offset the shoe. I was a really big fan of the translucent outsole coming in like a multi-shade colorway. This is definitely fire, top 3 for sure. Let me know where this one ranks for you. Next up at number 2 is the Nike Ja 1 Scratch. This colorway is ridiculous. Easily could have been number 1 for me, but I decided to hold it firm at number 2. This actually drew me into the Ja 1. The first colorway was so-so, but this right here was just off the scale. Easily a 10 out of 10. Unique colorway, inspired by the old Grizzlies jerseys, one of the best jerseys ever made. Let me know if you guys rank these in your top 5. I'm giving them at number 2, rating them a 10 out of 10. Give me your thoughts and opinions on the Nike Ja 1 Scratch. And if you got a pair, go ahead and let us know how you grabbed one. Speaking of having a pair, I have yet to see anybody own a pair of this Nike Ja 1 right here. Now this Christmas shoe to me was arguably one of his best ever. That's why it's at number 1 to me. Let me know where this sits for you, but this easily is the number 1 spot. It does overtake the Scratch just slightly. I never got a chance to see it in hand. Maybe if I saw it in hand, my mind might change. Maybe it'll go to number 2 or number 3, but right now, as this is like a mystique shoe, I'm gonna put it at number 1, rating it 10 out of 10, of course. Let me know what you guys think about this Nike Ja 1, and what do you think about my top 5 list? Once again, comment yours below. So 27 colorways, 27 different releases, 27 fire colorways in their own right. Let me know your overall feedback on the Nike Ja 1 as a whole, the colorways you like, the overall performance of the shoe. Now we get ready for the Ja 2. Finally, we have full images of the Nike Ja 2. This is the Stargazer colorway. They're releasing October 3rd to coincide with the start of the 2024-2025 NBA season, and they will retail for 120 bucks. At first look, some people in the comments have been saying that these remind them of a mesh between the Ja 1 and the LeBron 20. Some people say these kind of remind them of KD's and LeBron's mixed together. Give me your feedback and thoughts by these images of the Nike Ja 2. Are these images something that's intriguing you, or do you feel like this is a step down from the Nike Ja 1. I want to know your raw, detailed thoughts about this shoe. It looks very interesting, kind of an acquired taste, if you will. I want to see what they look like once we get the official images, but we do have these here, and it's not bad. 120, the fact that it did not go up on a retail price point is a great thing. They remain some of the key details on this shoe as well, with the Ja logo that will be on the tongue, as well as the 12 a.m. text on the back heels of the shoe. So you will expect to see those two things. I'm sure Kari's name will be maybe on the medial side like the Ja 1 was, but this is just looking very different. Looks like it's going to use mesh and leather material as well, and maybe even nylon. Once I get more specs about it, we will talk about it once again. In conclusion, this does look like something new and exciting for 2025. I'm curious to see what the response will be, what the other colorways will be. Give me your thoughts and opinions about this in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces. If you guys want to see more content like this, check out one of these videos popping up on the screen, other signature shoes, or just releases coming out this year.